everyone, today we have a Disney villain tier list. We have legendary, great, good enough, and forgettable. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The first one we have is Scar, and Scar is absolutely ruthless. There's obviously the famous scene where he kills his own brother Mufasa, then he sentences his own nephew Simba to die, and just runs the whole place into the ground. Everywhere the light touches begins everywhere the shadow touches. Just absolutely ruthless villain and one of the best Disney made, in my opinion, The Lion King. We're going to put him in legendary tier. Next one's the evil queen from the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, who is basically Disney's oldest villain, being from the 1937 movie, which is Disney's first animated hit. So obviously, we can't put this one in just the forgettable category because of how just class and being the first Disney villain. But, obviously they have gotten better ones over time to me, so we're going to put her in the good enough category. Now we have Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, which is also one of my favorite Disney movies. I actually just watched this one fairly recently, and it does hold up very well, including the character of Gaston. Pretty good villains from Disney, so we are going to put him in the great category. Captain Hook from Peter Pan should be in the conversation for one of the best Disney villains of all time, even though I don't really think he is. I think sometimes he's overlooked, but I'm going to end up putting him in the legendary category. There's just so much about this character that you just really enjoy, even though he is quite evil. But it's just a really, really good movie and a really, really good character. The Horn King from the Black Cauldron is a pretty interesting one. Not many people even have seen the Black Cauldron. I saw it myself a couple of years ago, and it wasn't a bad Disney movie, but it's often forgotten because during that time Disney was not doing so well. There was even several minutes taken out of the movie because it was considered too scary at the time for children. I'm assuming involving the Horn King, so that'd be pretty interesting. I'd like to see that lost footage sometime myself. But while he is a very frightening villain at times, he is a very forgettable one as well. Now we have Hades, voiced by James Woods from the movie Hercules, also a 90s Disney movie. I do like this character, Hades. He's a pretty good villain, but I'm just going to put him in the good enough category. That's not mean it's anything bad against him. It's just not one of my favorite ones, but it is a pretty good character and a really good movie. Now we have Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. I'm going to end up putting her into the great category, more because of her iconic status than from what I've personally seen. I've only seen the movie one time, if I'm being honest, Sleeping Beauty. I do like the movie, my favorite ones, but the character itself has been considered pretty iconic by lots of people over time, and so kind of even just due to that status, I will go ahead and put her into the great category. Now we have Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Some people might even put Ursula in a lower category than I am, but again, this may partially just because when I grew up, which I was born in 97 and grew up in the 2000s, so I did watch Little Mermaid quite a lot, so I'm going to go into the legendary category. She's an evil villain. She's ruthless. She collects souls and keeps them forever, so I would say that's pretty evil. Now we have Prince John from Robin Hood. I don't know how much to say about this character, because while I've seen the movie, I don't remember a whole lot about John, so I'm pretty sure that puts him into the forgettable category of villains. Now we have Jafar from Aladdin, and honestly, he might be just the best one, period, for me as far as Disney villains go. So he's easily going to be in the legendary category. Aladdin might be also just my favorite Disney movie, period. I said there's some great ones before in this video too, but this one really might just be the best one. Especially when you compare it to the live action version of Jafar from Aladdin, where you wouldn't be afraid of that at any point in your life. Whereas this one from the animated movie, you'd be very afraid of him. Jafar, definitely legendary. Last, we have Isma from The Emperor's New Groove. The one's definitely underrated. She's an underrated villain. It's also just a very underrated Disney movie. Lots of people my age really love the movie, but lots of people younger and older don't really have seen the movie, but they need to, because it's a hilarious movie, super funny, and Yzma's just a good villain, so we're actually going to put her into the great category. There you have it. There's my list of the Disney villain tier list. Where would you put some of them? Would you move them around? Do you agree with my list? Also, are there any other villains you'd like to see put in a ranked list as well? Let me know, comment below, and like and subscribe.